So all the data which is stored in the secondary storage device, it is permanent. One kind of secondary storage device that is mainly used for taking backup of data. So here we are going to get two types of magnetic disk, that is internal and external, where your external hard disk is connected via the USB 2.0, that is 2.0. Hello to all, welcome to my new session. I am Revati, faculty, Department of Computer Science, Vidyashram First Grade College, Mysore. We are on the 6th session of Output Device. In today's class, I am going to discuss secondary storage device. Under secondary storage device, I am going to discuss magnetic tape, magnetic disk and floppy disk. Before going to start my today's class, just recall the things what we covered in the last session. Dear students, in the last class, we studied what is memory. Under memory, we studied the different types of memory. In that, what is primary memory and the types of primary memory, that is ROM and RAM. Under RAM, the different types of RAM. Under ROM, we studied the 5 different types of ROM. Dear students, before going to start my session, I want to tell the difference between ROM and RAM. I'll write RAM and ROM, which we discussed in the last class. Dear students, what is RAM? That is random access memory. I repeat, random access memory, whereas ROM, read-only memory. That is the first difference. Then the second difference here is, in random access memory, the user can capable to perform both reading and writing operation. Whereas in ROM, the user can capable to perform only read option. So this random access memory is called volatile, whereas the ROM is called non-volatile. In RAM, the data and instruction that are being accessed by the CPU or processor is stored in RAM, whereas in ROM, that holds some of the data and information that is accessed during the starting of your computer. That is called bootstrap. So here RAM is high speed memory, whereas ROM is low speed memory. These are the some of the difference between RAM and ROM. So moving further, in today's class, we are going to study secondary storage device. So, what is secondary storage device? The main memory stores the data in a temporary memory. I repeat, the main memory stores data in a temporary memory, and that will be lost when the power switched off or when the power goes switched off. I repeat, in computer, the main memory stores the data in a temporary memory. So whatever the data which is stored in the temporary memory, so the data may get lost when the power switch off. So in order to overcome this problem, we are going to use secondary storage device. What is the drawback of main memory? The main drawback of main memory is, the main memory is used to store the data permanently. Dear students, the main memory is mainly used to store the data temporarily, but the data get lost when the power switch off or it goes switched off. That means power goes switched off, that time you're going to lose your data. In order to overcome that problem, we are going to use secondary storage device. So this is the permanent way or permanent storage area where you can able to store your program for long life. So secondary storage device, those are used to store data and information in permanent manner. Means all the data will remains stored whether the power is switched on or off. So all the data which is stored in the secondary storage device, it is permanent, because it is not going to bother about the power is switch off or the power is switch on. So for storing data in permanent manner, we are going to use magnetic storage device. In secondary storage device, we want to store the data permanently. For that purpose, we are going to use magnetic storage device. Further, we are going to get the advantages of secondary storage device. What is the advantage? That is non-volatile storage device. So the secondary storage device is used to store the data permanently. So it is non-volatile in nature. The secondary storage device provides large storage space. So it is called mass storage. So the cost required for secondary storage device is very less compared to primary storage device. So it is cost effective. So the secondary storage devices are reusable devices. Dear students, moving further, we are going to study magnetic tape. So here magnetic tape is one kind of secondary storage device that is mainly used for taking backup of data. We know that suppose if we are going to use primary memory, then we cannot able to store the data for longer life or longer time. So what we are going to do? We are going to take the backup of data, and to take the backup we require some device. That device itself called magnetic tape. So here tape contains some magnetic field, and magnetic tapes are used accessing in data into sequential form. I repeat, the tape contains some magnetic field. Dear students, I repeat that the tape contains magnetic field, and whatever the data which is stored in the magnetic tape are accessed in sequential form. I repeat, the data are accessed in the sequential form. The tape also contains a ribbon which is coated on the single side of the tape, and also contains head which reads the data which is recorded on the tape. That means the tape is also contains ribbon, and it is coated on the single side of tape which is mainly used to read the data. When we are reading the information from the disk, and we can also read backward. That means suppose if we are using disk instead of magnetic tape, we can able to read the data. But in magnetic tape, we cannot able to read the data randomly. So we want to go, or we want to access the data in sequential. So for example, suppose if you want to access 10th record, then you want to start from 1st to 9, then only you are going to get 10th record. So in tape, for reading the previous information, in disk we are going to get backward. That means we can go backward or we can able to go forward to read the information. But in magnetic tape, we cannot do that procedure. Dear students, in magnetic tape, it is not possible to access the records randomly. So, suppose if you want to access any data, for example, consider you want to access 10th data, then you want to move all the records, that is from 1 to 9, then only it's possible to get 10th record. But in disk, it is not like that. So in disk, the user can able to access the data randomly. So this is the one of the disadvantages of magnetic tape. So for inserting the tape into a system, we required tape drives. Dear students, I repeat that to inserting magnetic tape to your system, you require tape drives, which contains tape and which is responsible for reading the contents from the tape. I repeat, so here tape drive contains tape and that tape is responsible for reading the content which is stored in your magnetic tape. It provides huge storage area. That means it stores huge amount of data into the tape drive. So the main limitation of tape drive is that the data accessed, that means access the data from the disk directly, means you want to 10th record from the tape. That means, as I told, suppose if you want to read or access 10th record, then you want to start from 1 to 9, then only you are going to get, then only you are capable to read 10th record. So the tape are also easily damaged due to human errors. So these are the some of the disadvantages of magnetic tape. So what is the disadvantage? The tape may get damaged due to human errors, and another disadvantage is, suppose if you want to access the data, then you want to start from beginning to the exact position of your record or data. So it is in sequential manner. Dear students, moving further, we are going to get another type of storage device, secondary storage device, that is magnetic tape. It is also called hard disk. So it is made from the thin metal plate. I repeat, the magnetic disks are made by using thin metal plater. The thin metal plater is coated in both the sides of magnetic disk. They may contains many plates or platers into a single hard disk. That means a magnetic hard disk may contain one plate or many platers. So the plates are made from the magnetic material. I repeat, in the magnetic disk, the disk may contains many plates in order to form single hard disk, and the platers are made up of magnetic material. So all the disks are rotated from the 700 to 3600 rotation per minute. Dear students, moving further, we are going to get different types of magnetic disk. So here we are going to get two types of magnetic disk, that is internal and external. So this magnetic Disk is also called hard disk drive, that is HDD, and it is in nature non-volatile. That means the contents remains permanent for a longer time. So the hard disk drive is the primary storage unit of computer. That means all the data are stored in computer in secondary storage device. So it is a primary storage unit for your computer system. This is the way your data, program and instructions are stored permanently. Dear students, the data or program or informations are stored in the computer in physical manner. That means the data informations are stored in digital form, that is in the form of zeros and ones, whereas the hard disk capacity is measured in terms of gigabytes. The internal hard disk drive make use of two ports. I repeat, the internal hard disk is going to use two ports. In that first one, the first port is for data and the next port is for power. I repeat, the internal hard disk is going to use two type of ports. One is data port and another one is power port. So the data port uses either a serial advanced technology attachment or advanced technology attachment. I repeat, the port uses either SAT or it uses ATA, that is advanced technology attachment interface. So which connects to the computer's hard drive, enabling communication with the motherboard. That means that is mainly used to connect your hard disk with your computer motherboard in order to communicate each other. So the power port is connected by a cable. So in internal hard drive, we are going to get two ports. One is data port and power port. The data port is mainly used to connect your hard disk with computer motherboard for data transformation. Dear students, where the power port is connected by cable which carries power to the hard drive. That means which carries power to the hard drive. Then the internal hard drive and external hard disk shares some of the features. That means both the internal hard disk as well as external hard disk shares some of the common features. So the main difference is that internal hard drive are installed inside your computer system. I repeat, the internal hard disks are installed in your computer system, whereas the external hard disks are connected via the USB 2.0. I repeat, where your external hard disk is connected via the USB 2.0, that is 2.0. Dear students, the next difference here is the internal hard disk stores all of your data. I repeat, the internal hard disk stores all of your data, whereas the external hard disk is used to protect your data. I repeat, the internal hard disk is used to store your data, whereas the external hard disk is used to protect your data. In the place of corruption, the internal hard drive is much faster than external hard disk. That means the internal hard disk is much faster than external hard disk. These are some of the difference between internal hard disk as well as external hard disk. Moving further, we are going to get floppy disk. This is also one of the example for secondary storage device. So a floppy disk is a magnetic storage medium. I repeat, here floppy disk is a magnetic storage medium for computer system. So the floppy disk is composed of thin, flexible magnetic disk sealed in a square plastic carrier. I repeat, here floppy disk is made up of or composed of thin, flexible magnetic disk sealed in a square plastic carrier. So it looks like, or it comes in a picture, it is square plastic carrier. To read and write data from floppy disk, a computer system must have floppy disk drive. Dear students, suppose if you want to insert floppy disk to your computer system, then your computer system must have floppy disk drive. So without floppy disk drive, it is not possible to read the data which is stored in your floppy disk. So a floppy disk is also referred as simply as floppy. That means the floppy disk is also called by the name floppy. In early days, the floppy disks are used in computer system to distribute the software. I repeat, in early days, the personal computing uses floppy disk in order to distribute the software or transfer the file or to create the backup copy of data. Dear students, we know that floppy disks are mainly used for distribute software, transferring file and backup copy of data, where we know that the cost required for hard drives are expensive. For that reason, the floppy disks were also used to store the operating system of a computer system. I repeat, the floppy disks are used to store the operating system. So here floppy disk drive is also known as floppy or floppy disk drive, that is FDD, is a primary removable storage media for personal computer. So the floppy disk is a primary removable storage area. I repeat, so floppy disk is also called primary removable storage media, and it's also called floppy or floppy disk drive. So the floppy disk drive, once it is also called mini disk. That means the floppy disks are called floppy or floppy disk drive, or it is also called mini disk, is the primary media for getting various information into and out of the microcomputer system. So in early days, the floppy disks are used to store a huge amount of data, and it is also retrieve the data which is stored in the floppy disk during microcomputer system or in microcomputer system. So floppy disk, the information is organized in tracks. I repeat, in floppy disk, the informations are organized in tracks. So the track is further subdivided into sectors, and these sectors are further divided into bytes. I repeat, the floppy disks are subdivided into tracks. The tracks are further subdivided into sectors. So the sectors are further divided into bytes. So the smaller floppy disk, that is 3.5-inch floppy disk, uses 80 tracks. The very small floppy disk, the size is 3.5 inch, that uses 80 tracks per side and 18 sectors per tracks and 512 bytes per sector. So what is the capacity? So the smaller 3.5 inch floppy disk uses 80 tracks, 18 sector and 512 bytes. Dear students, the total capacity of floppy disk is then 1.44 MB. So floppy disk first appeared in the year 1960. I repeat, the floppy disks were introduced in the year 1960 and it is introduced by IBM for mini computer. For that reason, this floppy disk also called mini disk. So the advantages of floppy disk is that it is a removable and it is very easy to carry from one place to another. And it is mainly used to distribute the software, transfer the files, and it is also used for keeping backup. So comparing to hard disk, the floppy disks are slower in execution and it is relatively required small amount of storage and it can damage very easily. I repeat, comparing to hard disk, the floppy disks are slower, even it is having small amount of storage space. Comparing to hard disk drive, the floppy disks are slower and the storage capacity also very less and very limited. Dear students, in today's class, we studied what is secondary storage and the types of secondary storage. So we studied what is magnetic tape, what is magnetic disk and what is floppy disk. Dear students, in next class or in my next session, I'm going to discuss optical disk. In that, I'm going to discuss compact disk. Then I'm going to discuss compact disk read and compact disk read-write option. Then I'm going to discuss solid state storage. In that, I'm going to discuss flash, memory and USB drives. I hope you enjoyed my today's session. I hope you got some information about the secondary storage device and the use of secondary storage device. Dear students, from the examination point of view, the storage device, that is primary storage device and secondary storage devices, are very, very important topic. Dear students, let's meet in the next session. Until then, take care. Thank you.